going on, everybody? Man, oh yeah. What's going on, everybody? Uh, doing my live tonight, Um, there, everybody. Let's see if we can get some people in tonight. What's going on, man? Raphael, what's going on? How you doing tonight, man? Glad to see you join us. All right. Got some people on tonight. Good. Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. Showing some love up in here. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's see the light down a little bit. All right, see what we got here. Okay. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Just doing my lives tonight. Just really was just trying to hold on a second. Yeah, what's going on? All right, let's try to do. Hey, babe, what's going on,
Hey,
guys?
what's happening?
Yeah, what's happening, man? Been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just told everybody apologize about the late live, but in time, kind of, sort of, had so much going on that I, had put it to be able to do the live, and like I said, I want to just get the message out. It's not like I'm gonna be on here that long. I just want to just talk about. I wanted to kind of touch bases, just because I've been focusing this month on early voting. So I mean, voting in general, and I know everybody normally is used to me being what, 6 o'clock. So on Tuesday. I probably should have stayed with my transportation Tuesday every Tuesday. I don't know if anybody else this late. This is known, but I wanted to make sure I get it on. Just kind of wanted to get it out there, so for our YouTube page, making sure that everybody understood that, when you about something, which I am, and we are about, just trying to make sure everybody do early vote, vote in general, and just kind of, put this on record that, voting is, to me, it's personal. When I say personal, I feel like that, when I think about my grandparents and my mom, dad, they all voted. You know what I mean? I think I hear the biggest thing I always hear about voting. Sometimes they're like, "Does your vote matter?" And I kind of feel like that's a bad way to look at it, but it does matter. And but I'm not on here to try to change anybody who they vote for. That's their business. But just trying to go on record and say, hey man, voting is it's something you should be able to easily do to express yourself, because when you don't vote, you don't have a voice. So you know what I'm saying. So anyway, um, so I'm glad you got here with me. You got much to say tonight? You all right, man? You all right?
No, I just
Yes.
joining you live with you. The voting is important. I think everybody should get out and vote. This is important.
Yeah.
So your voices can be heard.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people think their votes don't matter, and we're already seeing in the polls the lack of representation. You could look at the numbers and see that it's not looking good, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, who,
But there's still time.
yeah, I don't get into, who to vote for. You know what I'm saying? I just think that just the voting part is just all I ask of on this platform, just vote. That's all. Because it's not because at the end of the day, if you do your homework, you know, I listened to this guy this morning. He made a very valid point, and he said that if you don't know, if you don't do your research on voting, who you're voting for, he was like, you shouldn't vote. And when he said it, I was like, I was taken back, but I had to think about it for a moment, because if you're just voting just to be voting, then you're not helping the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You're hurting the situation. You see what I'm saying? I know who the candidates are that I'm voting for. I said that on my some of my posts that I did that, you know, we've been posting about when I vote based off the best candidate and what presentation or product you put before me. Not all the snippets and the different commercials. That doesn't move me, because I can easily do, in this day and time, in this era, technology tells you, you can find out if this stuff is true about this candidate or not true about this candidate. But everything is about knowing who you voted for. And see, then on top of that, the reason why you got to do your homework too, because there'd be a lot of different amendments on the ballot, and you go in there and you don't know who those, you don't know those amendments. You just all of a sudden, hey Kenny, you'll get on there. How you doing? Congratulations. Thank you for voting today. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Yay!
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? And so, because those amendments, they matter. I mean, you got amendments on there that talk about using, certain, cannabis. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? Using certain cannabis for, medical purposes. And then on top of that, splouse tax for roads and bridges. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different things, and that's why when I look at people that say, "Man, my vote don't count," man, I wear my A hat for a reason. I want everybody to understand I'm really from here. No disrespect to anybody, but AK, okay, how you doing? I just want everybody. Don't. Why you do that? What's wrong?
Who?
What's wrong? Why you do like this?
I'm shaking my head
Oh,
at the dogs.
oh, okay,
Like, get
gotcha.
away from me, because they're out of their kennel.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm trying to
okay.
get away from me. Like, no.
You need to put them up. You need to go ahead and,
Yeah, I'll put them up. I'll put them up. Go ahead. What was you saying?
what I was saying is that it's just that when just the importance of understanding it's just not about the vote. It's also about some of the amendments, and each county has a different thing they're doing. So if you're in that county, and like I said, it might be a road that's just terrible, or a bridge that is needing fixed, and it might not pass because of the more of the no's, the nays, or whatever you want to say, and all of a sudden you still riding on bad roads. I mean, I remember when we was I never forget the year I want to say '08, '09, something like that. They had the amendment to put in a bridge, in a county that we voted in, and everybody just knew the amendment was going to pass, but because they didn't have enough votes, the amendment didn't pass, and the traffic is horrible, like horrible, because that amendment didn't pass. It should have passed, but it was too many no's that didn't go out and vote. And from my understanding, that was so those things matter. And I think sometimes, but goes back to what that guy said about educating yourself on voting. Take it a little bit more serious, because you got to go back and look at it, and I, like I said, I don't tell you who to vote for, but I'm telling you at one time, and I say it like this because I always try to use, I always try to be, say it in a way that everybody can kind of eat at it. You know what I mean? At one time, someone that looked like me and you couldn't vote. You dig what I'm saying? If we did, they had to count the bubbles in and the soap, and how many I think jelly beans was in a jar. I mean, I heard
No,
these stories.
it's in the jar.
Well, I heard these things from my
They had to
grandmother
guess it.
now.
They had to
Yeah,
guess it.
yeah, yeah. So I heard those from my grandmother. So, and like I said, just a platform just to encourage you to go out and vote. Like I said, once again, I don't care who you vote for. That's not my issue. Just execute your rights. Do your due diligence.
Exercise your right to vote.
Yeah, and that's it. And the youth right now needs to understand there's a lot of things on the table right now for them. Like, and the stuff that's on the table for them is it's different. Like, I give you a perfect example. I had a conversation with a gentleman tonight, um, when I was just picking up the food, and I told him, I said, of course he's a, we, he's, I'm a black guy, black man, and he's a white guy, and we having a conversation, and he was just talking about that. I know things are, um, you know, seem, a little toxic for what it is. But he said, man, when people exercise their rights to vote, and this is him talking about that. Whatever who he vote for, is none of. I didn't go into all that. It was just us because we really was just talking about um, football and having a beer. But because I could strike a conversation with him, but this gentleman is in this. He was probably a couple years younger than me, but he was in that bracket that he was born in the '70s. That he's like, man, the problem we have, we don't talk as much and encourage each other. And I told him, I said, exactly, because he's a Tennessee Volunteer fan. So that tell you, I'm not saying you know, um, who he gonna vote for or whatever, but he basically said, man, I look for the best candidate. This is from him. And so it gives me great pause to say that that's what it's about. And me and him both struck up a conversation, and talked about how it's important just to be able to talk. And that's what it means to be able to let the next generation know, if you're gonna, if you want to see your future get brighter, you gotta indulge in it. You can't sit here and kind of being just sitting back. That doesn't get anything. It's not gonna get you anywhere. So that's why tonight I really wanted to come on about the voting. So and so what I want to do is talk about early voting. The last day for early voting is November the 4th. Um, that's it. Today is the second. I mean, tomorrow's the second. I
Mm-hmm.
think early voting, the last day early voting is what, Friday? Yep, Friday.
Yeah.
You see? So that means that's it for early voting. Now, up until
Yeah.
then, okay, hey, then the big dance. And, of course, we've early voted, got it out the way. And when you vote, how long did it take you?
Um. Probably about an hour.
An hour? Wow.
Yeah, cause I went around. I think it was around 11.
Mm-hmm.
I went, and um, that was that time everybody came, I guess.
Okay. So I want to know how long it took everybody to vote. Me, it took me 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, I
I
had
mean,
about it. Probably, I don't know. I could be overthinking it because I felt like I stood in line forever, and that could have
mhm.
been 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? I
and let
could
me
have.
ask, and let me ask you this: did you see, like, me? We've been voting for years. Me and you. I didn't, and I only say this, like I said, once again, I'm only telling you my experience. I'm not saying that other people ain't gonna have different experiences, but I was comfortable. They gave me my little thing, my little yellow, card, so my driver license. Went and did what I had to do and punched my, people in, and had a printout. It lets you double check, make sure everything there, and then you look at the printout. It printed it out, and then I put it in the what's name. He said, wait to get ready for it change to show that your number is going to be, if my number was 71, it's going to change to 72. Because my number would, because it's 71, it's going to change to 72. That was it. Got my little sticker and moved on. I don't, that's all I'm getting at is that my grandparents didn't vote that easy. That's all I'm getting at. I'm not really on here trying to tell nobody who to vote for. I'm just on here saying, look, if you think about somebody else other than just yourself. That's all I'm saying. And that's what I'm trying to tell the younger generation, that, you know, get out and vote. But there's 3 ways you can vote: early voting, absentee voting, and provision. And vote on election day. Well, I say that, take that back. I tell you, it's 3 ways to vote: early voting, absentee voting, and election day voting. That's the 3 ways. Now, if you get to the ballot box and there's an issue, which sometimes happens, hey, they might say, well, you know what, your precinct's like, you know how with our precinct, it was in a last year. You remember our precinct was, I think it was at the church. This year our precinct, we've been in here a long time. This is the first time we had to vote at the rec center, right? Remember?
Yeah.
So think about that, and so it's going to move based off of, I guess, capacity.
Yeah.
And because if you think about it, voting at the church, you kind of still had to go inside. You know, you still was outside, right? But when you voted at the rec center, you was inside. You guys, you know what I'm saying? And so it gets better, because I think, but prior to that, we was voting at the I want to say off Usher Street, you know, at the building. You remember and you had the long line and had to let you standing up. If it rained, you was in trouble. Remember?
Yeah, we were at the administrative center.
Exactly. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm not. So I can't say it's getting a little bit better because we was inside.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. And if you get to there and you can't, they don't see your name, then you can get a provision. You request a provision ballot. That's it. Mm-hmm. So the only reason I said, I'm just trying to kill the myth of just people saying things don't matter. I mean, don't count. And I just feel like it does count. And I just want to go on record and say, hey, there's really no, there's no way of, you know, that you cannot practice your, you know, your rights. And because there were some people at one time, like looked like me and you, that didn't have an opportunity to vote, and they really felt like that was their way of speaking. But you've never had an issue with voting, have you? Or you ever had an issue with voting or anything?
Nope, I never had it.
I don't think the kids ever said they had anything either. So I don't, you know, I think they always said, you know, Dad,
No,
you know.
No.
Yeah, I don't think they ever had any issue. So I don't know. I'm not saying things don't happen.
Right.
I would.
They haven't been voting as long as we have, but
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
the few times they did vote, they didn't have any issues.
And the good thing about them, I think they've always had the paper printout since they've been voting.
They never cared. Yeah, they've been. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. That's what I say. I think that it's a. So that's why I say you really don't have that. You know, I don't think. You've never counted no bubbles in no soap, so I think it's getting better. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I go there and be like, count, you know, take this bar of soap and count it, like the bubbles, like what the world? I've been like, are you serious? But that ain't happened to me. So, but it happened in the past. But today is, so you can't say that it don't count. I mean, you go up there and count some bubbles of some soap, and it's about, you might say 25, and it's 50 bubbles in that mug. You like, man, what the? You really got to be careful. Some soap bubbles.
No, really count bubbles.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What was the other one? I said jelly beans. What you said it was?
It was jelly beans in the jar.
Yeah, in the jar. Yeah.
I don't recall it being bubbles and soap. I do
No,
know that the
no. It was bubbles and soap. Yeah, man. It was. Hey, man. Hey, look. Hey,
oh
that's
no,
all I. Go ahead.
hey,
Wait a minute. Huh?
oh nothing.
Hey, man. Go check it out, man. You gonna be like. Now remember that. We. In the South, man, was some thing going on a little bit different from the North. Like the Migos say that way. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
God bless my man Takeoff. Um, and God knows. But anyway, um, yeah. But anyway, I just that's why I say I don't think me and you ever went through nothing like that where it was something where we had to, and I. So sometimes when I hear those stories, I just kind of try to, like our first lady, um, Miss Michelle Obama. She used to say, "When they go low, you go high," and I try to keep it that way. But anyway, definitely want to talk. I'm going to go. We'll come on the live next Tuesday around 6, and probably stay on it about maybe 6:40, right before the polls close. Hoping everybody vote, by Friday. If not, at least vote on Tuesday. I'm hoping that because your voice need to be heard. Um, so I want to just talk about, hey, coming soon. Want everybody to know we got a ebook coming out. We'll have a free ebook to be able to talk
free.
about. Why you say it like that? Yeah, it's gonna be ebook that gonna be able to give you some free information about getting into transportation, and how to just to be able to how to get in transportation and everything the right way. And so just wanted to kind of put that out there. So just keep an eye out for that information. Um, and so like I said, I'll be back on the next Tuesday to talk about the up until to make sure you vote that day. So what you got going on though, man?
Just gearing up for the Black Women's Festival. Um, the Black Women's Expo in December at the Convention Center in College Park. Um,
Okay.
that's what I got going on. Getting geared up for that.
You
December
get it. December what, man?
16th and 17th.
16, 17. So man, everybody, like I said, days we're talking about early voting, but we're also talking about future things that we got going on at Crawford Natural. Just want to make sure we just get that on, and but come out, and support. Um, you've been working hard on Crawford Natural, getting up and going, and now it's time to present it to the world, huh?
Yes, it is.
You ready?
So, I'm
Okay.
getting there. I'm
Yeah,
getting there.
getting there. I think and it's a product of his beard, so what I mean. It's a little bit shinier.
It's getting there, sweetheart. It's shiny.
Okay, just double check. I got my white hat on tonight. Just kind of let everybody know. Got my white hat on, and everybody ain't never seen me in solid white. Let you know how we do them braids, man. We ain't go to the World Series. We still gonna rock with the braids. But anyway, like I said, the ebook that want to just give some opportunities for you to be able to get some ideas about starting your trucking company. And that's what the ebook's about. So you'll see it coming out very soon. We'll be probably pretty much giving you a solid date of the day of it coming out. And like I said, it's going to be an ebook that really should be able to help you, start your business, and it's going to be from your guy. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that everything works the way it needs to work as far as getting started. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, like I said, the 3 ways to vote: early voting, which is November the 4th, the absentee voting, mail in. If you haven't already requested absentee, then you need to request one or go down to your county. And then election day, November the 8th. November the 8th, voting is to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And hopefully, that you decide to do your due diligence between either the 4th or by the 8th. November the 8th is the day in 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So with all that said, hey baby, you don't have anything else. I'm gonna tell everybody, man, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I'm apologize for getting on her so late. I know everybody still be up. I was running a little bit behind, but I had to think about it. I felt like it was at least it was worth me still doing my part to talk to you about voting and why the importance of it. And so anyway, all right. And Ken, thank you for getting on. And Carrie, thank you. I just want to say thank you. It means a lot to us when people, whether it's one person or 100 people. And like I always say, another day above ground is a good day. And so just keep at it. And talk to you soon. All right, peace. Good, man.